So what if I told you that the path to controlling your entire day, and maybe just maybe your whole life, actually starts with a few simple steps right after you wake up? In this explainer, we're going to break down how to build a morning routine that's seriously powerful. And no, we're not talking about miracle hacks here. We're talking about a series of small, deliberate wins that put you firmly in the driver's seat.
Man, this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? You know that feeling, the dread that has absolutely nothing to do with being tired. It's that emptiness of knowing you're about to spend another day just reacting to whatever life throws at you. Well, that lack of purpose, that lack of control, that is exactly what a solid morning routine is designed to fix.
Okay, so this is the goal. This is the transformation we're aiming for. Think of it like a before and after. You start as the drained zombie, anxious, constantly reacting to your phone buzzing. And the after? You become the calm human, focused, in control, actually creating your day. The steps we're about to walk through, they're the bridge that's going to get you from one side to the other.
All right, first things first, we have to start with the foundation. And I want you to think of these first few steps as building your own inner fortress. Seriously, it's all about creating a shield for your mind, for your emotions, before the chaos of the world even has a chance to break through your gates. This is your preemptive strike against the day's anxiety.
Okay, step one. And let's be super clear about this. This is not about joining some 4 a.m. club just so you can get a badge of honor. No way. The goal is way simpler and honestly, way more profound. It's about carving out time that is 100% yours. Time with no emails, no deadlines, no drama from anyone else. Just quiet, stillness. That's the ground you're going to build your day on. So how do you actually do it? Here are the simple tactical moves. First, and this is a big one, ditch your phone as your alarm. It's just an open invitation to start your day by consuming, not creating. Instead, go get a $10 alarm clock and put it all the way across the room. The moment that thing goes off, do not negotiate with yourself. Just plant your feet on the floor. That single act right there can start to rewire your brain from being reactive to being intentional.
All right, step two. Now, I know this one's going to sound a little like self-punishment, but you got to stick with me here. We're talking about the cold shower. Look, the point isn't to torture yourself, I promise. It's actually an incredibly powerful tool for building some serious mental toughness. And this quote just illustrates the whole point so perfectly. You know, your comfort zone whispers, hey, just 5 more minutes, and it keeps you stuck. The fact that this is hard is exactly why it works. You are literally teaching your brain and your body to do hard things, first thing in the morning.
So, what is the cold shower really about? It's basically a stand-in for discipline. Think of it like a mental reset button. That shock of cold water, it builds resilience, and it forces you into the present moment like nothing else. Oh, and get this. Research shows it actually triggers a natural dopamine surge, so you get this clean, focused energy boost without a single drop of caffeine.
Okay, so after that physical wake-up call, it's time for a mental one. And we're just talking 10 minutes here. That's it. No phone, no noise. This is your time to reconnect with what you actually care about. To ask yourself, who do I want to be today? This is how you stop being a passenger just reacting to turbulence and start being the pilot of your own day. All right, so our inner fortress is built, the defenses are up. Now it's time to go on the offensive. This next phase of the routine is all about proactively designing your day. We're shifting from a defensive posture to a strategic one. Okay, step 4, tactical journaling. And forget everything you think you know about Dear Diary. This isn't about recording your feelings. This is a daily strategy session with your own brain. It's about giving yourself a compass for the day ahead so you don't just drift aimlessly.
And here's the compass right here. It's just 3 simple but super powerful prompts. First, what am I grateful for? That sets a positive foundation. Second, what would make today a win? This gives you a clear target to aim for. And third, what's one thing I must avoid to not ruin it? This one is huge, like avoiding checking email before 10 a.m. It can save you from hours of anxiety. It's so effective.
But who has the time for that? I can practically hear you thinking it right now. Journaling, meditating, come on, who has the time for all this stuff? It is the single most common objection. And you know what? It's based on a totally false idea about how we actually spend our time.
Well, let's put that into perspective for a second. This whole routine asks for, maybe 10 minutes for a strategy session with yourself? Meanwhile, data shows the average person can easily drop 120 minutes, that's 2 hours, on TikTok without even blinking. The time is there, it's just a question of what your priorities are.
Okay,
After you've journaled, it's time for a quick energy check-in. Just pause and ask yourself, how am I actually feeling right now? Calm, focused, a little tense? This really matters because your emotional state basically dictates your behavior and your performance for the rest of the day. So if you're foggy, take a few deep breaths. If you're anxious, do a quick brain dump on paper. You have to protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Okay, now we're going to move from the mind to the body, because the habits we're about to talk about, they're not just about physical health, not at all. They're about using action to build a stronger identity, the identity of someone who consistently, day in and day out, shows up for themselves.
Motion creates emotion. I love this quote because it captures such a powerful idea. See, you don't just wait around for a feeling like confidence or energy to show up. You have to generate it. And the fastest way to change how you feel emotionally is to change what you're doing physically. Even just a short walk or a few stretches sends a clear, undeniable signal to your brain that says, hey, we're in charge today. Next up, let's talk about food. What you eat in the morning is literally programming for your brain for the rest of the day. You're either coding for energy or you're coding for fatigue. So ditching that sugary cereal for something high in protein like eggs or a good smoothie, that's not about being on a diet. It's about giving your body the high-quality fuel it needs to actually execute the awesome plan you just made. Now, this next one might sound kind of small, but trust me, the symbolic acts are often the most powerful. Just washing your face, but doing it with intention, is like a physical ritual. You're literally wiping away yesterday and starting fresh. It reinforces this deep feeling of self-respect. Because when you look in the mirror and you see someone who's putting in the effort, you start to act like someone who puts in the effort. Okay, we've arrived at the final and maybe the single most powerful habit of them all. This one shift has the potential to completely rewire your entire relationship with technology, with distraction, and with your own potential. It's all about changing your default mode. So look at this. On one side, you've got the default mode for pretty much everyone. Consume. You wake up, you grab your phone, you scroll, you react. You're basically a puppet, and notifications are pulling your strings. The game-changing shift is to move to the other side, create. Before you consume anything from the outside world, you create something of your own. It could be writing, brainstorming ideas, planning your day, whatever. The point is, be a producer before you're a consumer. Okay, I know, that was a lot to take in. But listen, this routine isn't built in a day. You don't just wake up tomorrow and do all of this perfectly. You stack it, you build it layer by layer, brick by brick. The absolute key is to just start with one small, totally manageable win. So here it is, a super simple way to start. First, just pick one thing. Just one from everything we've talked about. A really powerful one to start with is to just not pick up your phone first thing. That's it. Then take those few minutes you just saved and just sit. Sit in stillness. That's the first step. That's how you start to own your morning. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. This is not about having a perfect morning. It's about having an intentional morning. It's about taking back control. See, when you own your morning, you stop chasing your life and you start building it deliberately. So the only question left for you is, what's the one thing you're going to do differently tomorrow?